Whoa, what's up? It's your man Rico the Opinionist. I'm here to share another opinion about anything and everything under the sun. Rico the Opinionist. I'm on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe when you go there, as well as this Facebook page. Please share this live as many people as you like. And Instagram and Twitter. And on Instagram, please follow me at Rico the Opinionist. And I have, of course, my Cash App, my PayPal all over the place. Fool with me if you're cool with me, all right? So, I have an opinion about what's going on in China right now. The top officials in China, they're concerned about their boys, the little boys there, trying to, or what the feminists are trying to do is squeeze out, what's up, Travis? Squeeze out masculinity in its boys. See, what's happening is they have this K-pop thing going on. Y'all know the little K-pop dudes. They're almost like the boy bands over in America. They look kind of feminine and effeminate. And that seems to be the role model that a lot of these young boys are growing up to idolize. These little guys doing their little dance and trying to, sound soulful when they sing and perform. Almost like, like the Backstreet Boys, those kind of boy bands and stuff like that. But these guys actually look soft like girls. And top officials in China are like, no, man, we need more masculine boys. Because we don't have masculine boys, and all we're producing now is like a majority of effeminate boys. Well, where the husband's going to come from? And so now they're trying to say, hey, in the school system, you need to put PE back in there. We need to do things that promote masculinity in boys. Now, this is a governmental thing. The Department of Education has stepped in there in China to try to make sure that the boys see masculine energy so they can be more prone to grow up in a masculine fashion. But guess what? You would think that people would be okay with this, right? The feminists are coming out in China. I said, damn, feminism has jumped over communism in China? They're saying that the move that the government is making, or the Department of Education is making, they're calling it sexist and misogynistic. I'm telling y'all to understand, the world wants boys to act like girls. And the girls are going to act like men. That's what you're seeing. I guess population control is a real thing. Because you have a lot of boys, let's say if you need someone to protect. Well, a lot of these dudes too busy trying to get their hair out of their eye or get their nails done and make sure their face is beat. They ain't want to go and fight for any damn thing. They got on tight skinny jeans and fluffy shirts and shit. And they're anyway. China's not having it. Now, I wish we had those folks in America, some people in the United States government, or some agencies to say, hey, look at our boys. They're around here all noodle-armed and skinny and emotional and angry like girls. And the girls around here lifting cards up with their purse still in their arm and lifting cards. It's bass backwards. It's totally against God and nature. Against nature. But this is being socially engineered. See, we got a lot of young men who are too soft and feminine. They will not stand up and fight for anything. And we have it bad over in this country. What they do in this country is fund single motherhood. See, we have women raising the majority of the boys, particularly in the black community. You're not going to get a lot of productive boys. You're not going to get a lot of manly men. And they don't like you saying manly man over in China. They call it sexist. And they said, the critics were saying, boys are human beings too. They should be able to fear. They should be able to be afraid. They should be able to, and guess what? We get that. Boys are afraid, but boys, they pressure through. I was afraid of things, but I guess the boy in me, and then later on the man in me said, well, I don't give a shit. You got to bring them motherfucking hands. But see, they want these guys like, no, don't hit me. That's what they want to see from boys over in China. And the Chinese government is not having it. So that they put money into programs that were trying to derail the feminist activity, the effeminate activity that's going on with these people pushing these little soft-ass boy bands over, these K-pop guys. When you look at them, you think they were girls. But a bunch of little soft-ass little Chinese boys dancing and in love and love. You know, just a soft-ass little dudes. They're doing it over here. They've done it over here. It's called single motherhood. It's called trans. It's called all these things that tells a boy, you're not really a boy, you really a girl. Go, you a girl. So you got all the boys thinking they like they want to be girls at 5 and 6 years old, and grown people are promoting it. But China is getting in front of theirs. How come America won't get in front of it? I'm always suggesting things. You know, when I talk against child support, that's going against the single motherhood funding that America does. When I talk against single motherhood, I'm speaking on behalf of children and black boys. When I say they need to do something about it, how about cut out the funding of single motherhood? Cut out the food stamps, cut out the welfare, cut out the Section 8, cut out child support. If you decide to deliver it, you need to pay for it. And if you don't want to pay for it, have your baby with a husband, helper. But this government, particularly the liberal government, they pay for this stuff. And that's why we won't have a fair chance of raising decent boys, because a lot of men who want to be in the children's lives cannot, because the law and the court system is majority almost all the time on the side of the woman. Sure, there's some guys who've had some victories. See, America thinks it's slick, but China understands. No, we can't have a society without men. But America don't have a problem with society ran with and rocked with boys in dresses and wigs and tattoos all in their damn neck and all this kind of shit. America doesn't mind it because, you know, you get tattoos all over your body. Who's going to hire you? And people are not going to take you seriously. A few have gotten lucky with tattoos everywhere. They hopefully, I think they're on their own businesses and they come out and a few of them are successful. But they're not. So shout out to China for understanding the importance of not only having boys, but masculine, manly boys. Something that America, in my opinion, is purposely trying to snuff out. Because when everybody's thinking about sex, gender, and sexuality, they're not ascribing to power and they're not protecting their homes. They're too busy trying to express themselves. Yes, auntie, yes. Instead of being men. And those of us who try to fight for masculinity, well, of course, we are criticized. And, well, let them have their truth. Let them say they all talk like girls. And for all the men out there who are fighting to maintain manhood and to instill manhood into the fatherless boys out there, I salute you. But I know you got a hell of a fight, because a lot of women are being paid off to create bitches out of boys. They call it food stamps, Section 8, welfare checks, child support. If none of those things were in place, a lot of fathers would be there. And most importantly, women wouldn't be having babies by random ass dudes the way they're allowed to do in this country. You understand? Single motherhood fosters these effeminate, emotionally underdeveloped boys. They grow up to be self-hating males who go out and kill other men because the angry woman that raised them, hates the baby daddy that she picked. So therefore, he hates being a boy. He don't want to be the man, because he sees in society that girls are having all the fun. Girls and women are being just given grants because they're girls. They've been paid. They've been given easy college access, all kinds of stuff, just because they're girls. And he's looking around like, well, damn, I might as well put on a dress and a skirt. Them hoes over there doing it. And that, y'all don't think this real, do you? Just look at all these boys who rather be gay and effeminate and soft because they get away with a lot of stuff. But see, when you're a man, you have to be held accountable for everything. There's a different standard when you're a man. Even in the pandemic, if we was fucked up and broke out here, there are no programs for men who are broke and homeless. Luckily, there's a program across all the states that say if you can't pay your rent, they have COVID-19, and you can apply for that. I hope a lot of guys know about that. But they got specific things for women. They got all kinds of nonprofits. See, you don't have to have an accountability. But boys and men are always held accountable. That's why you got a lot of young men who opt out. They either go gay, they go gospel, or go Greek. And gospel is just like gay. Gay, gangster, gay, gospel, Greek. These are the four things that men do when they don't want to compete or they don't want to have to fight against white supremacy, they go those four things. They go gospel, they go gangster, they go Greek, and they go gay. All of them probably the same. Because it's easier. No one takes gay people, gay boys seriously. They don't. Police certainly don't. Name me the last gay man that the police have shot unarmed. I'll wait. And the Greek guys, no offense to the Greek, but yeah, it is. I'm talking about the history. They don't do anything to buck the system. They're just trying to get in there and get all the good jobs and say, hey, I'm CEO of this. I'm professor of this. I'm the manager of this. They just want to get in there and get positions. They're what's called position whores. So they can lord it all over other black folks. Yeah, I'm doctor this, I'm dentist this. Which is nothing wrong with it, but I'm telling you, they don't fight shit. In gospel music, well, you singing gospel, black man singing gospel music. You know, all that's weird. I can't do nothing without you, Jesus. Sweet Jesus. And all you're beautiful. I said, that's weird. Man, it is kind of weird. Here, dudes. No, that's something that women do. Religion is for women, not for men. Men should be out there chopping wood and doing exercises and army and combat exercise and shit. Not in no church. And Lord, and oh Lord, I need you. No, that's weird. That's what women do because they're emotional. They're feminine. I don't know no guy here that would worship an actual guy here like this. So you're going to go to a figment of your imagination and I can't do it all without your sweet name, Jesus. I know, okay, that's weird. And then the gang members and street guys are certainly not a threat to anything except for the black community and the neighborhood they live in. They're certainly not a threat to white supremacy because they're out in the streets. They're nowhere competing on a real level. So anyway, right on China. I wish America cared about the existence, cared about the welfare of boys and tried to help them become actual men the way y'all do. So anyway, we're still out there fighting. Shout out to Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Shout out to Dennis Sperling. Shout out to Minister Japp. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. Shout out to Ron Wills. Who else out there? Shout out to the green gorilla, the G with the PhD. Shout out to the men who are pushing masculinity in black boys. Shout out to Dr. Ronald Neal. Shout out to the Hood Scholar. Shout out to these men out here who are unapologetically black and unapologetically speaking on behalf of the survival of black boys and black men under the umbrella of masculinity and saving our boys. Shout out to the scholars of the past who wrote Michael Porter, Kill Them For They Grow, Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu, Countering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys, Dr. Naeem Akbar, Visions for Black Men, and of course, the Dr. Amos Wilson, who often spoke about how white supremacy and racism is geared towards the breakdown of the black community, but most specifically, black males. And I have to do an honorary mention to Sister Shahrazad Ali. Thank you so much for speaking up on our behalf, on behalf of the black family, particularly the importance of black men, and our Queen Goddess, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, wrote a whole book and tried to warn us in the 90s about the systematic effeminization and the emasculation of black boys and black men. So anyway, shout out to China. I hope that particular program spreads over here to this American government. My nonprofit, Black Man Mojo, hopefully gets some of that cash that they start dropping cash off. But anyway, I'm Rico the Opinionist. I'm just sharing my thoughts. I hope to share another thought with you in the future. Be cool. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.